On today's video, I want to show you all the flagships we are working on, trying to give you an explanation why we're doing that and kind of what's the direction we're going with our flagships and fleets, as we got to train a boatload of T9s this coming Galaxy Star, but we have a lot of flagships still to rank up, so sit back, slap a like on the video, and let's go. Hey there, YouTube. Galactic Gecko back at you from space. And today, listen, we're going to go over the flagships we were working on, why we decided to work on them, and essentially kind of give you a breakdown of the way I've been doing this as someone who's spending money in the game and trying to figure out what's best for to just enjoy my time in space. So I'm going to start it off with a crown jewel, the one flagship that I think everybody and their grandma can have just by spending money daily, and that is the Cyclops. I believe the Cyclops is one of the strongest, if not the strongest, of flagships out there. It's a cruiser's attack flagship. It has some nutty stats. It has some crazy strong skills, from attack speed, which is standard. You have from attack, better said, warship attack, to more warship attack. You go up to 80% warship attack in here alone. Cruisers attacks on frigates, which is on the weakness even further. It's like, it's just crazy. You get a 200% extra attack. So we're talking 80 general attack and another 201 once it's maxed out attack on frigates, which is kind of nutty. Add to that more cruisers attack. So we're talking 60% extra attack. So you're at 140 and then the other 200 on frigates. And the most important thing here really is a 60% cruisers HP. It keeps your cruisers very nice and tanky, which they already are fairly tanky. Add the 60% cruisers HP and you are cruising. And guess what? More attack. This whole flagship is all about that attack, baby. It just makes your cruisers insanely strong, buffs them up with some health for some tankiness. And if you're going up against frigates, oh, that's going to be painful. One of the best flagships out there, easiest one to also get leveled up if you are spending money, because you can literally go into the limited flagship and buy 6 chests every single day. You're going to be seeing us open 102 chests in tomorrow's video. And so, yeah, the easiest one to expertise to special talents is pretty much this. Just, buy the chests, and that's that. Unfortunately, you can get it in a different way. You could go into the VIP shop, which reset, into the blueprint shop, and pick it up from here with gold credits. It is doable. It is recommended. I like this one a lot, but quite frankly, I prefer to keep my gold credits, which I have a ton of, for flagships that are a bit harder to get. And so we'll talk about that one next. Cyclops, my opinion, 10 out of 10. I love it. Our next one, which we're working on, which we really aren't, but we are, is the Titan. Now, the Titan is the flagship you get from Galaxy Star. You're going to get 200 of these beautiful blueprint fragments if you win Galaxy Star. And that's pretty much the only way to get it, with the exception of your gold credits. If you ask me where to spend gold credits, I would unlock Titan and probably dump on the Titan if you can't be winning consistent Galaxy Stars. As you can see, our Titan has been kind of left behind for some time because we weren't consistently winning Galaxy Stars. But now that we're pushing a couple of them, we got 200 from the last one. We're probably going to get another 200 from this one. And so the Titan is insane. It's an assault attack flagship, which again gives you a little bit more emphasis to the cruisers. It's a cruiser's flagship. It's a second cruiser's flagship. And it's actually nutty. It is just completely bonkers. It's just like the cruisers in the sense that it just gives you a ton of either attack or range, which will give you essentially the ability to fight from further distance, which means you're going to do more damage before. Closer distance flagships or weapons or flag warships, wow, I missed that word, get closer to you. So from afar, you're already going to start smashing stuff as it gets closer to you. Add to that the warship attack and warship attack and warship attack you get out of this. And of course, more armor, which is a little bit, okay, armor is not bad. And again, warship attack out the wazoo, but this is only for PvP, not for PvE. You get both a ton of attack and armor. And finally, a beautiful skill increase damage, 175% according to deployed fleets. Just kind of crazy. Add to that, reduces the armor, and add to that, total warship armor is negative 63%. I mean, all the way up to 126%. This flagship is a complete bonker buster. Like, I can tell you that a lot of the folks that, especially like Q and our Nebula, worked on getting this one maxed out first. This is really the go-to. This is where I would say you can spend all your gold credits and very much enjoy it. It's another cruiser's flagship. Cruisers are some of the strongest warships out there, and so doubling down on it is not a bad idea. Speaking of doubling down, you can also go for an Artemis, which is what we're working on as well. Artemis comes out primarily out of, you have in VIP levels, you can buy the chests, which will give you a decent amount of these Artemis. Nowadays, you can also go ahead into the special bundles, and in the limited flagship category, you can change between a Cyclops and the Artemis, which means once you expertise or special talent your Cyclops, you can go on to use the Artemis, or I guess you max out your special talent expertise. You maxed out your flagship, you can then go into your Artemis. The reason the Artemis is so important is that Artemis is a frigate flagship, and its number one thing is that it's, first of all, stupid fast, and secondly, it buffs up your frigates to be very tanky. Frigates are the smallest, weakest, quote unquote, single warship type of ship, I guess. And by having it have more armor and more shields and more of that, you're making it so much more tanky. And that's really where the Artemis excels. On top of that, frigate, you can see here, navigation speed is extremely important to get to targets first. In Alliance versus Alliance and Galaxy Summit, frigates are massive to get those buildings in as quickly as humanly possible. So getting your Artemis ranked up is very important. You get up to 50% on navigation speed. You get crazy amounts of hell HP, crazy amount of shields, more crazy amount of armors and shield, and more armor. You are just making your frigates insanely tanky. And so as you build up your frigates, you make those levels tiers 8s, 9s, 10s, so forth and so on. I mean, this thing is going to punch a freaking hit on anything it touches, really. Now, those are the three, like, in my opinion, top tier ones you really want to work on if you're working on legendary flagships. You literally can work on the mirrored version of those in the epic side and the purple side. So the Cyclops has the Brontes, the Titan has, where is it at? The Atlas, and the Artemis has the Orion. Now, the cool thing about the Orion, for the record, is that you can literally go into the campaign shop and pick up Orions every single day. And so, since you need 2 flagships per fleet, you can literally mirror your epic ones, your purple ones, to your legendary ones, and really get ahead. What I've been doing on top of that is I've been kind of going in between the different pay-to-win flagships which come out of wheels. So, for example, we worked on the Odysseus for quite a while. We got it even ranked up to rank 9-3, almost rank 10, and we'll eventually go back into working into it. But the higher rank you can get a flagship, obviously the better you are. If you're a pay-to-win player, if you're spending money in the game, you definitely want to be buying these bundles. You definitely want to be spinning the wheel. We have our Poseidon, which we're going to level up tomorrow. We'll see how far it goes with 2 wheels worth of spinning. And so for me, these are the main ones that I'm working on, essentially. What I can spin and get flagship fragments for, and the pay-to-win ones. Now, granted, as you can see, I have a stupid amount of credits. I literally have a dumb amount of credits. I can go ahead and pick up 1,800 of these blueprints of these different fragments if I wanted to. But at this point, I am not going to use them because we don't really know what's coming next. You can see that the Odysseus was taken out of the shop once it was out of the wheel. And now we have the Poseidon in here. So what I'm thinking is I'm probably going to dump it all on the Titan, which is super good, and kind of walk away from doing Galaxy Stars after some time. Galaxy Star becomes a tedious task, especially once you're up there in everything, and now all you can make points out of is train fleets, which makes it a little bit harder to win. So I think that as time goes by, we're just going to dump it all on the Titan. And then the epic ones, we're probably going to dump on the counters on the Brontes, so forth and so on, which we can get 4,000 blueprint fragments of. So to recap this video, my opinion, Cyclops rules supreme. From there to Titan is extremely, extremely strong. And from there, you have the Artemis. And of course, then you got to work on your side pieces as well, because you can't just send the one flagship out there. But going with the counters that are the epic counters, which are the same type of flagships, except that the epic ones, is not a bad idea as your secondary flagship for the fleet. Of course, you got to level them up. You got to get that leadership up in a way so you can get some nice fleets. And that's currently our main goal. Our Cyclops is currently max level for our current situation. As you can see right here, our flagship dock allows us to get to level 50. We're working on getting to level 52. Get your big boys up because those are going to be extremely important. Our gear doesn't really matter. Our gear is absolutely not worked on. We have a dumb amount of chests and items to open to get gear sorted out. And we're going to get that done in the next few videos. I'm Gecko. I'm out of here. Appreciate this video. Drop a like on this video. Hit that subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next Galaxy Star video. Take care and have a good one. Peace.